once again, welcome back to Chats with Jack. I am Jack Talcott. And greetings, blessings, salutations, and love. Once again, welcome back to Chats with Jack. I am Jack Talcott, the one, the only, at least here and now. This is me. So I'm here excited once again to share time with you. You know, I'm starting a few minutes early once again. To all of you who are here with me, blessings sincerely to you. And for those of you who tune in later, blessings as well. My hope today, I keep saying I'm going to change some of the format a little bit. And in my mind, I've been changing me in little ways. And today, I think we're going to step out on a little bit more. Jack's going to monologue, maybe a little longer, if everything works together. Technology and sound and such. I'm going to flow a little bit. I've got a lot of ideas to share, a lot of things that could be content, right? Could be good content for us to review. Matter of fact, I hope to share some good content. So let's start where I start, typically with the thumbnail. In the background is a reminder of peace, of course. And where is that? The Tal quote, kind of wordy again. Sometimes I get that way, but that which goes without notice or monitoring, right? That which is ignored, that which is neglected, it can quickly get out of balance and control. And so for your own life, if your own life is a little bit of out of balance, if you're feeling a little bit of out of control, you want to gain self-control. And to do that, to gain more self-control and more independence in your life, monitor for yourself what is receiving your energy and time. What is your life? You know, what is your time, energy being spent in life? You got to account for you. And the best way to account for you is with focus, inner focus, with the clear intention to bring more focus to you so that you have more self-control. So there is more balance in your life. And to do that, pause. Give yourself permission often, right? To pause just for a little bit, to reflect. And reflect on what has been done. Then also reflect on what has been neglected while you were doing what you got done. I mean, I've got so many examples of that, but if you get the idea, that's what you want to do. You want to reflect on the bigger picture. What did you do? What did you experience? What did you miss out on in the experience? It's all the same, but different perspectives. So if you reflect on what has been done and neglected as you consider how you spend your time next, right? Because commit to it. You're here and now. So be here and now with me and open your mind up the best you can. And, you know, we'll see what happens next. And then when we're done here or you're done with me, you walk away, you go into whatever is next for you. But reflect. Pause and reflect. It's part of learning. It's part of growing. It's how things get done, so to say. That's what I've been learning, at least. So what did I want to share? I shared a couple of shorts recently, and I hope folks might be checking some of those out. Shared one earlier today that I like. This was just from yesterday. So, oops, here. Doggone it.
To live without.
Like it or not, believe it or not, the facts prove
How do you
war
speed it up?
can end. Given the costs and the incalculable suffering that's created through war, propaganda, the militarization, this world that we're living in of politics and economics. It's time for us to grow up and change it. I'm dead serious about these goals. I believe a path to end wars and to bring forth the reforms where we are poised, should we find the willingness and the people willing to do it, we unite together, we find a way. America can lead the rest of the world into peace and reform. Like it or not, believe we can lead the world into reforms. You can lead yourself into reforms. I've done that for myself. I've learned from others who lead others into reforming. There's a lot of people getting paid in this self-development arena in the paths of healings. There's all sorts of healing centers, healing events, all sorts of things you can learn. This is your life. This today is a part of your life adventure. It includes today, and our part of our adventure is discovering whatever we can. And you can discover whatever you want, but it's up to you to find out what you want. And I bet what you want, what your heart really wants from you, it's hidden behind the doubts and the excuses. Maybe some of those feelings of resistance, right? I don't want to do that. I'll never do that. I'll never forgive them. I'll never forget that. You want to bet? If you want happiness, you might have to. And it's up to you. What do you want from you? Power of imagination, becoming non-reactive with emotional discipline. Becoming non-reactive with emotional discipline. Admittedly, for me, this is part of Jack's test. Okay, this is who I am, the Jack Talcott that goes live each day. This is me. I'm not really a character. I mean, I probably do try harder to be kind and and patient. I probably try harder online than I do offline. But then again, who knows? Every situation is different. I don't mean to distract or deflect. If you found your way here to the Jack Talcott channel, you're a subscriber, you're a regular, thank you sincerely from my heart. I appreciate you, because if no one showed up, I don't know what I'd be doing. Would I still be sitting in a room talking to myself? It might be less likely. I might have given up on this idea. But because of the amazing people I have discovered online and in this physical world, the reality that we share, I have so much hope. I have so much faith and excitement for the future, not just for me, but for all of mankind. And if you're here with me, then you're a part of this movement that the world doesn't know about yet. Okay, but we're happening. This is happening. And I can imagine there's other circles, other groups. I know conversations similar to this are being had at live events, ceremonies, circles, conversations about finding healing, about bringing justice, restoring justice and balance here in the world we live in. Because the world we live in, it's out of balance. It's obvious. And the out of balance, right? The left versus right, the straight versus gay, the Christian versus everybody else, the whatever, right? All of these things, these mindsets and identities, they're just silly games that the devil tossed out and we get to play with. We get to play with everything. The ideas, emotions, feelings. You can play with your life. You can play with your life in good ways or bad ways. I've done things to gamble my life, and I made some stupid choices that by the grace of God and protection of some unseen forces, somehow Jack still survived. man. It's like, whoa, dude, you shouldn't have made it through that. Yeah, no shit. But somehow here I am. And it ain't me, but there's forces that are with us all, brothers and sisters. I just have my testimony, but I'm convinced God is. And the love of God. The love of God is actually what I was reminded of just right before starting. Hey, Frank, you get it, man. Much love to you. And here, have you heard about Jack Talcott? Tell a friend. Seriously, invite him. There's something different. There is something. I'm generic, very generic guy. I could be lost in a lineup very easily. Not much special about me. I don't dance, not a great athlete. My singing, oh, that's nothing to sing about. But somehow there's a quality of Jack Talcott that God has blessed me. And if you'll allow it, you can join me in helping this shine. And it's really what I'm hoping to do. It's not about me. It's not about this Jack Talcott. I'm just the messenger. But the message of Jack Talcott is live without fear. And truly, the way to live without fear is with love. And the way to know love is to know God. For to know God is to know love. To know love is to know God. There's no separation, and they're beyond words. Right? You can't describe it. It's just an experience that you feel and you want to share. And it's like, here, please take some love, take some God. That's kind of where I've been feeling. And that may not make sense to you right now, but if it makes sense, God bless you, man. I am. I'm not. I am, and I'm not kidding. I'm honest, really. I'm really, really honest. Jack, it is literally about you and fronting your name. All right. Tommy somewhat gets it sometimes. Sometimes Tommy gets it, but he gets it in a twisted way. And sometimes his twisted ways are hilarious. And sometimes the twisted ways just aren't that funny. I mean, this is what the devil does. It's the devil that plays the games, and we get to choose. What side are we on? I'm not on anyone's side except love, right? I stand with those being oppressed. I don't care to know names or reasons, but if there's someone being oppressed, I'm on their side. I'm always the one to look out for the little guy the best I can, right? And there's a quality of all of us that's like that. There really is. Everyone I've met, they deny it about themselves, and they show themselves to be rude and foolish and stupid sometimes. But when you look beyond the foolishness and the stupidity of anyone, even their cruelty, especially if you can find a way to get past their cruelty, what you know of it, there's something special inside of everyone. And I'm pretty sure that's the message that Jesus was talking about, right? When whatever you do to the least of these, you do to me. His spirit, who he was the essence of humanity lived out in human form. And in the end, it appeared to be a tragedy, just like our story here on earth. It seems to be a tragedy. But is it? Are we going to allow the oppressors to win, or is love eternally, right? Love without conditions, the love without boundaries, is that going to win? I'm pretty sure I know the story that God has foretold through the prophets, right? Where mankind stops fighting, where we actually get it. We recognize there's no authority but God. God is the truth. So you seek the truth, to follow the truth far enough, you're going to come to the conclusion of God. And, so the truth leads to God. God reveals the truth. it's the truth that reigns supreme here on earth when Jesus returns. Does that not make sense? I mean, it makes sense to me, and it's made sense to me for a while, but why people hold on to their doubts and confusion so much, it's been a paradox for me. But I'll stop those ramblings and I'll continue on with a couple of other things. Part of today was greatly inspired. Well, two parts, actually. Should the freak show up? Part of the conversation right before I started was a reminder of God's love, right? And so we have a source of written word that we can share here after things get going. And this might be a longer stream and it might be a very short stream. I honestly hadn't decided, and I trust that we'll just let time figure it out. We'll flow with what feels right. I mentioned I have a lot to share, so we've got some of that, and then in the link already, in the link of the description, is this video from Chase Hughes. Apparently he's got 1 million subscribers, so he's well known. I just discovered his stuff recently. But becoming the default leader, and it's about 10 minutes. Here's where I'm not sure. I tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to play this like this. I'm going to go ahead and drop the link. And then the intention, though, is probably the next 10 minutes or so. I intend to play that video, I think, because the wisdom was good for me. It's great lessons. Part of it is in line with this topic, becoming non-reactive, finding and growing your emotional discipline. That is exactly what I've been trying to work on myself with, is to grow in my emotional discipline, because throughout my life, anger has caused me problems. And that's why I recognize when others might be showing patterns of anger. Welcome back, Limitami.
You want to project a little harder, or do you want to do like the other day when you had that satisfied, fulfilled feeling of getting your adult ass spanked? Because that's what I'm going to do until you kick me like a coward. And I'm NPR as fuck today, bro. I don't care who you drop in here to deflect, and I don't care how many million subscribers does that guy have that you think you have to share his video?
He's only got 1 million. Just 1
Only
million.
1 million. Oh, Jack, you're looking to ride bigger coattails than that.
I am.
Yeah, and you're not doing a thing except the wrong thing. Like if you're pretty sure about things, I stand on the word of God and am sure. And that's what you can't step to. You just name drop Bible, Jesus, I'm pretty sure, but you're wrong.
Do you have any specifics?
Yeah, every day, and you kick me when I'm on it. But whenever you talk, okay, like you had a 5-bedroom house, right?
Prior, yes. Yes.
You were married, you had a family, you had a big career, you said you were well paid of. How are you the least of these compared to me? I've never had a 5-bedroom house. I was never the vice president of the post office union system. And you act like when I come call you out for what you're wrong about, I'm the one abusing the least of these. I'm the one living outside, Jack, and you can't even let me finish half my sentences. How are you treating the least of these?
Please forgive me.
No, because you haven't stopped. You will continue. You are wrong. See, that's one of your games. You want to sheepishly just drop are you sure? How do you know you're right? Please forgive me. And you just flip the video back out. Let's watch it, Jack. Let's watch it.
Please. Yes. Let's at least give it a few minutes, okay?
You're playing it like I'm the problem.
Pardon?
You're playing like you're being dismissive, like I'm up here being the problem. That's another one of your strategies.
Please don't assume that, Okay.
No, we do it day in and day out. It's not an assumption. It's what is.
I understand. I often
No, you
identify, well, here, let me admit, I often identify you as a problem, and maybe today, without saying it, that's what I did. But I'd like
Jack,
to share this.
Jack, please. In the sense of relativity without morality, I am a problem for you. In the sense of getting the help.
Unfortunately, Tommy reminded me, you are choosing to be a problem for me, and you don't have to be. And I don't have to accept you as a problem anymore. I'm going to continue on because I found value in this video. So I did share the link. Again, it's Chase something. I encourage you. I've found value in his work. Here, we'll share a few minutes and see where it goes.
Learned a little bit about focus. If you've been here for a while, if you've read 6-Minute X-Ray, you've read Ellipsis Manual, you know how important focus is. And persuasion kind of boils down to your ability to not just capture someone's focus, but lead someone's focus. That is incredibly important. Let's just rip the bandage off. You have been domesticated. You've kind of been trained like a dog that wags its tail when somebody walks in the room. You smile when you don't want to. You respond to messages that don't deserve your attention. You're explaining yourself even when nobody has really asked you a question. You've been taught to be overly reachable, too reachable. And that's probably why you might be being used right now. One thing I want.
So, for those who are aware of me, I hope you can recognize how those words kind of speak to me. Maybe I'm making myself, maybe I am an example, right? I am by my choices. I'm here on the public platform. And maybe I am an example of making myself too accessible to some people. And admittedly, his observation that I spend too much time trying to explain myself as well. And I offer explanations, opening myself to judgment by people who really have no interest in understanding. So if you follow that logic, you can see I'm making mistakes, and I get that, but there's always hope, man. This is what I realize. There's always people who know what I need to know, man. And here, let's get back to him.
Probably why you might be being used right now. One thing I want you to write down is the world doesn't respect what it has easy access.
The world doesn't respect what it can easily access
to. Nobody values the thing that can grab off the shelf anytime they want. And if you want to know why maybe people are continuing to push your buttons, it's because you left them uncovered. You labeled them. You lit up your buttons like Christmas lights. So they push, and we tend to jump. And when they see you jump, they're going to push harder. Because what I think is the dirty truth that most people are never going to face. Power is not loud.
That. Please pause and allow that to allow yourself to consider the truth within that. Power is not loud.
People are never going to face. Power is not loud. Power is not nice. Power is not available. Power is magnetic and silent and very calm in composure. This isn't about being cold or detached. We're not building walls to protect ourselves. This isn't about being a fortress with no open gates and no press here to enter the castle sign. When you react, you leak. If you explain, you invite judgment.
See that line right there? Admittedly, it jumped out to me because I've been frustrated in my own efforts to explain. And I was considering that the cause of that too. I see many people like me. We're feeling unheard, feeling misunderstood. So we spend so much time, so much effort trying to explain ourselves. It's not everybody, but it's a pattern that I found in myself. And the thing is what's true is true. To actually learn an explanation, that's a gift. If you know something that another does not, you're blessed with knowledge that they don't have, and knowledge is power. And knowledge is not loud. It's not always nice, right? But that's what power really is. Knowledge. Here.
Act, you leak. If you explain, you invite judgment. If you justify, you're going to shrink no matter what. And we do this, a lot of us tend to do this for little crumbs of approval. So write this one down. The person who explains the most has the least power in the room.
Jack, you've got this out of context.
How so?
The same word games you play where you use the wrong terms for what you mean, you're doing that with this. Like I said the other day, if I'm your investor in your company, you must have an explanation or I will retract that support. So whenever you explain, if people force you to explain why you want to wear your pink shoes today, yes, you leak, you lose power, blah, blah, blah. But this power you seek is false. It's an evil thing.
Tom, here's what you're forgetting in that example you just offered.
No, go ahead, but no.
You're not actually offering me any support.
You have to 8 Mile.
No.
Yes. Okay, what do I mean by that?
I think you mean I've got to prove myself to you.
No, I think I mean at the end when his junky ass mom's like, "What you gotta do, rabbit? You gotta get with it." No, Mom, I think I'm gonna do it myself.
But this is what you don't understand.
This is what you don't understand. You have nothing to offer except wanting people to do it for you. You've shown that for 3 years. And if I was staring right across from you at a table as your investor and you laughed like,
I really hope you get what I'm getting. I hope you can see how hilarious this is. Holy cows. Tommy, you're not an investor at a table. You've got no bargaining chips. I've allowed you to play these silly games for so long, man. I gotta break out of this. You know what? I do love Tommy, but I tolerate my fears Tommy. I don't fear Tommy. I do love Tommy, man. But holy cows, man. The person who explains the most has the least power in the room. And you notice how many of these people on these panels constantly, and I know I can already hear and see the fingers pointing back at me. But truly recognize the pattern of people. They want to control the narrative. They want to control and dominate the story. And when they do that, it's only their story that matters. Any other facts, any other perspectives, they're just ignored, deflected, disapproved of. It's fascinating to watch people serve the devil's game, because I consider life truly from a spiritual perspective. Energies, frequencies, vibrations, those create the states of the moments of your experience. It's all spirit. So in the spiritual context of good and evil, you really want to be with that which is beyond good and evil, but that's clearly on the side of good, right? That's like God, the Father, the Son, Jesus, and the devil. But the devil's not on the same level as Jesus. It's like the devil's just a game. It's a game that's real, that's really imagined and lived out, but the devil profits in the darkness. That's where its power is. But what the true power for you and me, the true power that God has given us is the awareness, right? The light of knowledge. The light of knowledge and wisdom, that's something to look out for, right? Find it in yourself, find it in others. Wisdom comes also as beauty, so don't deny the beauty either. Me, I'm attracted to wisdom. I know that's my path of love. But I do love some beauty. Now I'm sorry. Now I'm just kind of sorry talking to myself here. Let me just let's do a couple more minutes of this. I believe, did I open it up? Yes, I did open it up. I've got the link pinned to the top. Tommy is still here, but I'm going to get more through this first.
In influence psychology, we don't study behavior to be charming. We study it to be undeniable. And when you walk into a room and you kind of say nothing and people adjust all of their energy in the room just because you're breathing air in the same space, that's not charisma. That's behavioral dominance. And let's talk about that in a way that's not negative and not putting anyone else down. And
I consider that you walk into the room and you've got that dominance. That's an energetic power. And really, if you allow it to be, you give it the name and the credit where it goes. You walk with the Spirit of God, the light of God, allowing that to shine through you. Allow yourself to be less so Christ can be more with you and through you. And that becomes the true power, the dominating force. But myself, I've still got these old habits of over-explaining things. And let me go back and let him do some of that. Here.
What I'm saying, and let's talk about that in a way that's not, that's behavioral dominance. And let's talk about that in a way that's not negative and not putting anyone else down. And what I'm saying is not some fluffy bullshit TED talk. This is ancient brainstem level programming reacting to perceived authority. So if you want to be unreachable, you want to have real power, I suggest you stop dancing to the music that nobody even asked you to play. And I think a lot of people mistake silence for weakness. Let them do that. That's tip number one. Let them mistake silence for weakness. Let them talk themselves into circles trying to figure out what's going on while you sit back with patience and composure. I want you to do this because humans are wired to crave certainty. And when you don't give them a lot of certainty, you own their attention. You create an itch that can't be scratched. If you're good, mystery isn't accidental, it's designed. And it's why the most influential people in history didn't shout, they whispered, or they just were. When you don't explain yourself, they have to fill in the blanks. And they will always fill it in with power instead of lack. And I just want you to try this on. I'm not telling you to be mean to anybody or like unplugged from the entire world, but the less you give, the more they want. And this is typical in any situation, from interrogation to hostage negotiation to leadership. So there's a reason people that line up outside of stores that they can't have. Right in the base of the hotel I'm staying at right now, there's a Louis Vuitton store. And I walked around out there at like 9:50 this morning and there was a line outside. It's not scarcity, it's seduction. So emotional inaccessibility is the new currency. If you want to be irresistible, you have to get comfortable not responding. So let your inner peace be completely impenetrable. What I want you to just write down, if you're talking about all of these things and trying to conceptualize what it is I need to be more non-reactive than the other person. Detachment is not failure, which I hear people think a lot. I think it's freedom. Maybe letting go of it is not failure. More non-reactive.
There. That was the real inspiration for the ideas today. Becoming non-reactive. What a gift to be the one that's grounded and unmoved, right? Regardless of the moments and the situation. To be the one that's strong and dominates the room.
Than the other person. Detachment is not failure, which I hear people think a lot. I think it's freedom. Maybe letting go of a job that just sucks, maybe a one-sided relationship, the need to be liked. It's not loss. That's freeing yourself. It's liberating yourself. The need for constant understanding and validation is a mental leash. It's a leash. I want you to learn to cut it and watch how the world will really shift in your life, because the second that you stop needing to be understood is the second you become impossible to manipulate. I'm going to say that again. The second that you stop needing to be understood is the second that you become impossible to manipulate.
The second you stop needing to be understood is the second you become impossible to manipulate. That's a lesson that I've been kind of considering in my head. Is I've been observing myself. Why do I feel this need to be understood? And personally, I keep coming up with the excuses. Well, the wars and the suffering are why I need to be understood. But it still came back to me feeling like I had that need. And when you're one with God, I believe the lesson is when you're one with God and full with Christ, you need nothing. If another doesn't understand you, frankly, it's their loss. And that's something I could do a better job reminding myself of, and others can too. I've done that in the past, and I encourage others too. If you're really honest and authentic about who you are, and someone doesn't get you, it's their loss, right? They lose out on the real and authentic you. But there's no reason for me or anyone else to pretend to be different. What I can do is stop pretending that I need to be understood. All I need is to be accepted here. And I think I probably said some things that raised some disagreements. So, Tommy,
Would you want to go through the backstage?
oh my
You want to
God.
read? What do you know, Jack? The other
Where-
day you
Please.
sat here. I'm sorry, is it your turn?
No.
The other day, everyone acknowledged, why does Jack take a day to sit here and hear me out, realize he's probably wrong, and other days you're just not having it? Because regardless of how much I can't stand this, I really am trying to help you, Jack. I don't like to watch Paul punk you around and you spread further for him. I don't like you making the claims about me that aren't true because you'd rather be on your daddy's good side. But you are misusing the fucking language that I'm trying to work you through. Okay, you're just gonna share chats. Hey, Frank,
I'm
fuck off,
listening.
man. I'm busy. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Frank. You ninja around. I'm busy.
Tommy, I am listening to you, and I'm
you're not.
appreciating what you're saying.
Backstage,
Tell you what,
you're sitting in the backstage. Stop going against you when I'm trying to help you. And you're using misunderstood as a decoy word. See,
No.
what you're calling misunderstood is you want everyone to support you and say you're doing a thing when we can't stand on that and do that.
I don't want false narratives. I just want lies to be.
You do false narratives. You are the lying false narrative. And maybe if you'd ignore the chat and hear me for a second, we get somewhere.
I've heard you.
No, you don't understand, Jack. Because see, here's the difference. You backstaged me over, if you're so understanding, then you know the stockholder thing is just as much as an analogy as you've used it in the past. What you want is everybody behind you, right? Helping you, right?
That would be amazing if they would.
Okay, because you can't do the thing you want to do yourself, right?
I'm unable to end wars by myself.
Exactly. Elon Musk could not, as one man, build a fucking electric car factory and start making electric cars just by himself. He
Right.
needed shareholders. So if you can't do what you want to do by yourself, you need support. If you want support, you must explain yourself. No, she can come up and ask me herself.
How about if I ask you, Tommy, why do you want to help me? He's not going to be manipulated. He's not going to play that game. He saw the question came from her. He's not going to think around. I love that guy. Holy cows. Holy cows. Hey, Melanie, thank you for contributing towards the package, helping Tommy get his stuff back. Bless you, man. And I hope I'm doing what I can to win favor with Tommy. There's no reason for him and I to be so against each other. There's really not. And in the bigger picture, if it's true, my mind always goes to God. How do these words apply to God? God is waiting for us to know. It's in the words of the Bible, and the God I've found, it is the word of the Bible. It's the one of the Bible, the one Jesus knew, the one through Jesus. That's how I became so convinced. And there's a reason we were given that. We're all here to be more like him. And to be more like him means we're going to forgive. We're going to find compassion for those who hurt us, for those who mock us, ridicule us, because that's what God does. It's all a test. I'm pretty sure that's all life is. It's just a continuing test. And I forgot that I had a video I was starting, didn't I? Just kind of started rolling off on my own again. Tommy, welcome back. I'll bring you up.
Just give me the screen for a minute, Jack. I'll get out of your hair.
Okay.
Melanie reminded me of that. Listen, one day Rose 777 was up here. I called her a Jew fucking cyborg liar, and she said, "How do I lie?" Rose tried to Jack, the screen, please, and then I'll leave.
Okay, please forgive me.
Oh yeah, I thought we were clear on that when you gave me the screen. Faggot. Rose 777 gave me an ice machine that I was grateful for. And upon the giving of that ice machine, I was like, Rose, I can't pack all my stuff in this ice machine. I'm going to have to leave some stuff here till I come back and watch your cats for your trip. Don't you get it? That was their new friend Jack that did that. So she continued to project and say I was using my belongings as a chess piece. That was her. So Jack, please. I mean, you're sharing chats like an asshole. You're making noises like an asshole, and I'm up here speaking truth. And
you don't have to be. That's what you don't get, dude. See, that's what you don't get, Tommy. You're using me for your own selfish and bitter reasons, which that's what you're doing with God. God's goodness, God's grace, it's with every one of us. We don't have to accept it. We don't have to recognize it. We don't have to think about it at all. I spent most of my life not thinking about it. I spent most of my life neglecting thoughts on God's love, how much I really, truly appreciate this gift of life that I've been given. Because, yeah, there's moments of struggle. There's moments of pain. Sometimes life is tough. And I mean, truly, there's people today There's people today that are living lives that are truly incredible. We let him finish the story. Melanie, golly geez. Voice of compassion and reason. There's nothing that prevents me from allowing. There's nothing that prevents me from allowing or refusing Tommy, except my choice, my will, and God has given that to me. So which is the better story, the better future story of Jack? Does Jack continue to create space for the mockers and the opposers? Or does he finally make a stand and say, no more? I believe in being a polite host.
How high are you? No, come on back up, Jack. It's your show.
What's up?
How high are you?
I'm not. I'm just here.
Sure?
A little. Maybe a little.
Well, you're still doing the same thing I initially came up on. You're just choosing words to mean a thing, but you don't.
Yes, I'm choosing words to mean a thing, Tommy.
Right, but there's not the original definitions or context of those words. Like this video you're playing of this guy, that stuff is for when there is a substance or foundation to someone. You can't just ride what he's saying with nothingness.
Yes, you
Jack,
can.
if you walked into a business lounge party and just stood there solemn and silent, thinking you're powerful, they'd pass you on by. Jack, you're back to the chats. Jack, what I was about to say about Rose is very true, and the fact that you and Frank types want to back her, it just nails it home. Can you keep this? Are you sure which side you want the squares on, Jack? Jack, you really need help, man. You really, and I don't mean getting a YouTube started. I don't. Jack, you are a fucking spiraling fucking freak, and I mean that as somebody that used to be your friend. You're a mod god manipulating, narrative setting liar, Jack. And I'm not gonna sit here and have my time wasted as you laugh. But I'll handle Rose myself. You are helpless, I think. Melanie, truth is truth. It'll all be revealed. And I wouldn't want to be the Jack Talcott when that happens.
Can we talk about something else? Holy cows, man. Holy cows. You gotta give he's funny. I mean, look, I'm not the only one, right? I'm not the only one who finds the fun, right? So thank you. Tommy's been a test for me. Ryan Johnson, I think this is it. If and when Tommy finally chills out, he and I will learn how to play nice. That's what Jack does. Like I said, I've lived this out since childhood. I remember it on the playground at school. The picking sides and the bullies and all this shit. I was like, can't we just play nice? What if we do this? Then we don't have to be against each other. We can just play and it'd be fun. Nobody wanted to listen, right? Because they had all the rules figured out. I'm still living in this world where the children are thinking they know the rules and they're missing the whole point. It's so hilarious. And if I didn't have a healthy relationship with God and Jesus, I would be so angry and so afraid. I don't know where I'd be, honestly. But God truly has blessed me, has allowed me to learn how to relax and to become more comfortable in me as I grow in my goals, where I push my limits. I step into things, dude, some of the things I've done, some of the things I've said yes to, it's like I find myself in the middle of it. And I'm like, Jack, what the frick are you doing? Why? Why are you here? And it's like, it's an inner dialogue that I don't really get too much out there. But part of that kind of this live streaming things. I mean, there's literally days where I click live and I'm like, why did you do that? What was the logic? There's no point. No point. And then people show up and it's like, oh my God, this again? Right? So maybe I'm oversharing. Tommy stepped out. I think he's had a little bit more. This is not so much the Bible study, but that is actually on board. So let me get to some value, actually. Oh, just as I do, we get another option. Welcome, Truther Cop. How you doing today, my friend?
Good. I'm just wondering why we're here and why I clicked the link.
I don't. That that answer is within you.
Well, I was gonna come up here and just start quoting you about Jack. Why are you here? Because you were saying I don't know why I get on here each day. I was gonna start asking, but I forgot what you were saying by that time. How you doing, man? I see Luma Tommy's still on here. He loves you.
I know he does. He doesn't want to admit it though.
God
Here.
forbid, dude. The day he admits that.
I'm sorry. Sometimes I'm reading chat and sometimes I am just rambling.
But see, this is his problem. This is your problem, dude. Luma
What?
Tommy's right there, reading the chat while you got me up. I'm up on your panel, dude. I'm a fucking refined guest. Luma Tommy's not quite as fine and established as me, but you know, he's better than any of these chat hoes, in my
Hey,
opinion.
I
Oh, wait,
agree.
this guy's agreeing with me now. Okay, no, this guy's pretty cool.
Yeah, dude. The support is there, man. Here, the mod god thing is wild. The man spits that out when he's on the main screen, calling you a maggot, telling you not to highlight. Any supportive comments. He doesn't see the irony. That's the thing. He doesn't see the irony of yelling mod god at me as he's got full screen and trying to control how I do things. It's hilarious, man.
No, okay.
It's hilarious. Lord have mercy. Hey, I was watching this. You familiar with this guy? Oops. Chase Hughes?
No, I never heard. No. Was it the video you were just playing?
Yeah, I'm actually a fan of. I've become a fan of his. You know, he seems to be pretty no nonsense and
Oh, man, you want to be leading these slaves out here, dude? I don't know about that. I'd try to hide from them.
no, that's the thing. Oh, that reminds me of a comment someone left in a recent video. Something about leaders are only named by those who don't, right? Many people don't want to lead. I never used to. I did not ever want to be a leader. I was one of those, I wanted to stay in the background. I'll support all the good stuff, you know, but just leave me out of it. And then I found some real incompetent leaders and I said, no, I can do better because I'd seen better. I was blessed in my experience to working within organizations, groups, military, right? As a young man, I got to see examples of good leadership. So when I found myself into positions where, you know, I never felt I needed it. I mean, even at the post office when I first started and they approached me with the union, I signed up because it sounded like it was the right thing to do. I paid my dues, but I had a good work ethic. And I figured the union is for those who don't have a good work ethic. So I didn't need them, but I paid. So I just went along. But then I found myself in a position where the supervisor was out of line and the union wasn't doing what I wanted. So in my complaints, I was offered, if you can do a better job, go do it. So I did.
Yeah, certainly sometimes positions need to be filled naturally.
Mm-hmm. And the thing is, I don't remember the exact details anymore, but I was an officer in our local for over 14 and a half years. So roughly 6 or 7 election cycles. And I think I was only voted on once or twice, because the other times, once I accepted a nomination, no one else wanted to run against me, or I stepped into positions that no one else was willing to do.
Right. Well, Jack, I want to take on like your example mentorship right here, and I want to step into a leadership role that I don't want to perform right now. Tommy's in the back here asking for me to somehow negotiate peace here. I guess I'm put up to the task, Jack. I don't know what to do.
Do you feel willing? You feel competent?
I'll do my best.
That's all we can ask. I'll agree. Welcome
I don't
back.
think he can, because this is truth or cops thing. It's like one day I'll watch his stream and
Dude,
he's
Tommy's been
on
putting
it.
up
I'm
all
like,
his old
that's
stuff,
the
and
truth
it's
or
great.
cop.
It has been some great stuff coming out from Tommy.
Was I talking?
You were talking, and
Shut up.
Interrupted you.
Shut the fuck up.
So I went with it, and now
Oh,
you're still not.
At least I.
Yeah, that was my fault, Tommy. Tommy, I'm sorry. I'm a bad negotiator, apparently.
No, you're bad at a lot of things except for when you're not, and that's why you're the wild card out here. Jack, can you make me a solemn swear that for the remainder of this panel time you'll just leave the chat the fuck alone?
Oh, how about 50-50?
Listen, Jack, when
15 minutes.
left,
15 minutes. Jack agrees to 15 minutes, I heard.
Shut the fuck up.
I'll try.
How the fuck can you in this chat go, oh, Tommy's so much fun. I get the fun. I'm not up here having fucking fun. I'm trying to help your overgrown ass. And if you're such this great union vice president, why the fuck were you fired and in prison?
That's
so that he could be here to negotiate peace
against
right
your
now.
will.
Goodness,
Truth or
Tommy.
I made a drastic mistake thinking you could handle this, because you are a game player.
I've got this, Tommy. I'm not going to let you doubts out of my mind. I can do this.
You wash balls, you wag dogs, you're fucking garbage most of the time. And that's why
I love you
thought
too,
maybe
Tommy. I love you too.
I thought maybe, see, that's a Jack Talcott strategy. You take serious criticism and just deflect, oh, I care about you too. I love you too. And that's why this dude is destined for
Tommy, your audio. Tommy, I'm sorry, your audio connection is roboting.
It might help to turn the video off.
Well, or turn the anger down.
Oh, that would help too. Yes, I agree. The Wi-Fi frequency is rejecting the anger, I think. The angels are protecting us from the anger.
Holy cows, man. Tommy.
Jack, that was 1 minute without the chat. It was 15 minutes we agreed to.
No, that was 15 minutes demanded and imposed. Here's the thing. Agreements require agreements. Contracts require conscious agreement. We've got a lot of people with these silent contracts being imposed on each other, and I don't roll that way very well.
Well, yeah. Especially when you're expected all of a sudden to believe other people are going to pull their ends, and will they?
I did miss that. I'm sorry. Can you say that again, please?
I was saying then all of a sudden you're obligated. A bunch of people are obligated to hold up ends, and then you set expectations that other people might hold up their end, and then people don't often.
So apparently we're oblivious morons, because I guess despite Tommy's audio sucking, he just has to go to less wind. But we're the oblivious morons, apparently, because
he's eating too many beans on the road. Is that what he's saying?
Dude, I think I triggered Tommy. I really do. I think me and Paul and I to Tommy were like his, I don't know, next level bosses, right? Every one of us, as we're growing and developing, it's just like a video game. You got some habit, some relationship, some sort of pattern you got to overcome. I see these guys as my, they're not really, I don't know what they are. Inconveniences. I used to say they're the bosses of this level, but they're not.
So you were playing that. You were going to play a video. If I guess if Tommy's on the back anymore, you were going to play a video.
Thank you for that reminder. This Chase Hughes, his name. Like I said, I'm kind of a fan of his. This one. This is something for you and I both. I think I've seen it in you too. We both got this need to be understood, the want to be seen. It's natural for all of us, but when we stop going outside of us, that's when we gain our power. It's when it's impossible for us to be manipulated. Here.
Stop needing possible to manipulate. I'm going to say that again. The second that you stop needing to be understood is the second that you become impossible to manipulate. And that's when you start to build real power, not just a bunch of external influence. It's internal clarity. It's not absence. It's presence on another frequency. And it's a frequency so rare that it makes people question everything when they're around you. You become this walking contradiction in the best possible way. You're calm, but deadly. You're kind, but uncompromising. You're silent, but your behavior is deafening on its own. And I don't want you to miss this. Every time that you don't respond to a provocation, every single time that you withhold explanation, every time that you don't let somebody inviting them into your emotional living room, you're building muscle. And this is authority muscle, self-respect muscle, self-esteem muscle, if you want to call it that. Silence is your sword and self-control is your shield. People don't say,
I love that. Silence is your sword. Self-control is your shield.
Mm-hmm.
No great.
Yeah, I actually saw some of this. This is a guy from the CIA or something.
It might be. Good wisdom though, for sure. Here.
Your sword and self-control is your shield. People don't say, don't take it personally all the time. But when they do, people say, don't take it personally as if it were easy. So the world has no choice but to respect that. They may not like that. They might not enjoy it, but they're definitely going to feel it and they will adjust. People always adjust. As we're talking about this, I want to give you this one wake-up call. You were never too sensitive. You were never too reactive. You were just trained to give away your power like it was a bunch of free samples in a food court at a mall, but not anymore. This isn't about becoming emotionless in any possible way. This is about emotional discipline. So it's about reclaiming your identity from this entire system that we have that trains us to be agreeable, compliant, and digestible. Those three things: agreeable, compliant, digestible.
Really comes down to obedience. Are we manipulatable? Are we willing to adapt and to obey despite our better judgment? I mean, that's the signs of conditioning. And, you know, these ex-CIA, well, good. They've been studying human design, human personalities. They've got some great tactics. This is the thing. You can learn a lot. And what we don't know can hurt us. So it's important, seriously. It is so important for us all to learn every single day because we don't know what we don't know. And I wouldn't judge sources as much as the information. And I saw this question. I try not to ignore questions. I do try to answer. even though I get accused of not. And it might be, I guess so. But wisdom is wisdom. And this stuff is it's true. We want to become more independent, because as we're more independent, we can create healthier interdependence. And we're all reliant upon each other, the society and us. There's a relationship to everything. And the best way to have a healthy relationship is to heal yourself, to know that you are free, so that you are agreeable, compliant, and digestible to your higher standards, right? Your standards might be better than the corporation or the organization or the society, but
Well, of course, because it's like the living word, right? Like we are
yeah,
the living flesh, and like it's always adapting. There's always a better strategy that we could determine than a corporation just following policies that somebody established at some point in time.
it is. Some of it applies, some of it doesn't. But here, there's only a few more minutes of this, and then we'll move on to something else.
And digestible. Those three things: agreeable, compliant, digestible. You're here to be powerful. I hope everybody here is. And becoming unreachable, this is your declaration of independence. This is your declaration of self-respect. It's the signal that says access to me is earned and not everyone qualifies. If you feel that kind of vibrating in your chest right now, I hope you definitely do. It means that something inside you is ready to shift. But I want you to protect that shift. I want you to build on it. I want you to protect it like it is absolutely sacred. And if someone tries to provoke you, to guilt you, to manipulate you, you're not really responding. You're letting them feel weight of silence. Here's the thing that most people get when they hear me talk about any of this, is I don't know if I can live like that. It's kind of cold. But it's not cold, it's clarity. Your brain might whisper that you're maybe being rude, but that is your wounded past trying to earn connection through over-explaining. This isn't cruelty, it's self-respect. All this repression that we have comes from fear, and it leads to resentment. Control comes from power, and it leads to composure. So you're not.
Yes, fear leads to resentment, and control comes from inner power, leads to composure. We don't want to walk with fear and resentment. We want to walk with self-control, truly empowered with love. That's the path I found for myself that I try to be on.
Not resentment. Control comes from power, and it leads to composure. So you're not holding back because you're scared. You're holding back because not everybody deserves access to you. And if you crave affection from people, or praise or adoration or compliments, you're not in control. You are under control. If you're thinking about self-mastery, which is the third part of that triangle that we talk about all the time, true self-mastery is needing no one to feel real, not chasing attention or reacting to every pull that can come on your phone or every notification. Being unavailable isn't closing your heart, it's guarding your sense of peace. You do not need to be understood to have value. And when you finally decide that not everybody gets in, that's when you stop performing and you start leading. And you're not being mean to anyone. You're being polite to you. That's the big thing. So write these three things down. Maybe you'll take them into the rest of your life, and maybe you'll share it with your kids. Number one, my silence is not absence, it's authority. Number two.
I love that. My silence is not absence, it's authority.
Number one, my silence is not absence, it's authority. Number two, my control
is not fear, it's freedom. I think there's a lot of people, particularly those with unrecognized insecurities, will avoid taking control. We will avoid positions of leadership, even though we are the one who is called to do it. We'll let our fears, be the reason. We'll use our fear as an excuse, and that way we create the illusion of control. We're controlling ourselves by avoiding the situation, but that's not the way it works. My control is not fear. My control is freedom. Freedom is the path.
Control is not fear, it's freedom. Access to me is earned.
And this is one where Jack Talcott has been reminded of today. I can do a better job of this, remembering that access to me is earned. I don't just have to accept everybody, and I can do a lot better for those who really care.
I will never audition for affection. That's what
I'll never audition for affection. I'll present myself authentically and honestly, and if it's not pleasing or accepted, well, I guess there's somewhere else I can be. No reason to audition for affection.
Yeah, especially on this YouTube stream, you can just go anywhere, right? Like, so just find out what, like, join conversations you enjoy.
Amen. Yeah. Almost done.
are you taking to the week? And where in my life? Maybe go back in your life a little bit. Where have I auditioned for affection? When in my life have comments or thoughts from people who are not my immediate family or my children affected my self-esteem or my self-worth? That is meaningless, absolutely meaningless. It might make you feel good, but it should never change how you view yourself. Someone telling you good job might feel good, and that's okay for that to feel good. It should never redefine or help you to define your worth or who you are. And remember, you're not being rude to other people. You're just being nice to you. And you've needed to do that for probably way too long. Love you. Take care.
Anyway, once again, that was Chase Hughes. And I like those words, man.
Yeah, it's true. Most of it, I would say.
It took me a long time to realize the simplicity of life. It really is getting comfortable in your skin. As you're comfortable in your skin, you can step out of your comfort zone and push yourself into adventures, into new things. And the world we live in, it's so diverse. There is so much to learn, to discover. Every single day is an opportunity for that. Hey, we've got another guest who popped
Who is
up.
it?
Unless you've got anything, I'm going to
No,
bring
I'm
it.
fine. It's whatever.
Welcome back, Ancient Waves, Modern Graves. How are you today, brother?
What's up, Jack? How are you, buddy? What's so funny? Why do you always laugh when I'm glad I put a smile on your face, at least,
You do. I'm a fan of you. You're so freaking hilarious, but you're so angry and bitter. I'm grateful you're here.
Whoa, hold on a second.
There was this guy. He reminds. Well, there was this guy that
on
you
a
might be
second.
talking about, Jack. You might have confused this guy. Toilable Earth was an angry, bitter guy.
This
Yeah,
one's different. This is different. Am I mixing them up?
Yeah, you've got me mistaken for somebody else. I don't know who that person is.
Though I'm definitely suspect of this one. I don't know.
Thank you for the correction.
That's not a very good start to a conversation. You're very angry.
But truthfully,
thank you for typecasting me, Jack. I mean, I guess people can't really change in your mind. It's just.
Oh, that no. I know you can.
Nice. I don't think that was very nice of you, Jack.
Well,
it was pretty kind. Jack, don't let this guy gaslight you, and don't fight for his affection. Remember?
I'm not gaslighting him. I'm kind of offended about that. That was just kind of rude.
I can accept that. There was a degree of rudeness, but it truly reflects on me because I've had to accept the patterns of my life, and I've learned to love the things I didn't like. And I I didn't like angry and bitter people until I saw they're just like me. I was angry and bitter. So it makes sense. That's
It's
why
okay, Jack. I deserve it. It's fine. I accept that.
I deserve snide remarks like that. That's completely okay.
Hey,
I'm not being sarcastic either. That's fine. I probably do deserve that, to some degree. So
I'm glad you're here. Sincerely, that part is definitely true too. Because I am a fan of yours. You were talking about something recently. I tuned in. I don't always pop in because I know how just my name causes reactions sometimes. But you and I, we are totally on the same page when it comes to economics, and I'm pretty sure pretty close regarding religion.
I don't know about the religion part, but yeah, let's go with economics. Yeah, we have we have overlapping sentiments about capitalism, I think. Yeah.
Dude, it is totally out of hand. I'm watching what Donald Trump and these people in Congress are doing. This is
What are they doing, Jack?
they're doing what they think is right, and they have no clue what they're missing out on. They're following in the ways of tradition, right?
Like what? Like what? What do you mean?
They're playing the party side, right? Left versus right, the different
You gotta give me an
paradigm.
example. Give me an example of what they're doing exactly.
It's theatrics. It's the whole Washington, D.C. and government. It's all a big production. It's like WWF, but real life military's involved.
Shout out to Chalk by the Outline, WWF. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I know. I see some of the stuff you guys see, man. This is why I don't know why we haven't figured out what's going on. But it's all coming together, dude. Life is a mystery. God is doing it all. And we don't need to be so frustrated, because the frustration is what hides the answers. And most of our frustration is because we're out of touch with the answers. Once you know the answers for you, you got no fears. And I found them for me. And so if it's possible for someone like me, it's possible for everybody to know what I know. And what I know is God's in control. The way of Jesus is the way we're supposed to be. Imagine the world filled with men and women like that, filled with faith in God and love and compassion, just a joy of living. That's the prophecy that I focus on, not so much the Antichrist. I mean,
Would you know the Antichrist if you met him?
I found him.
You found the Antichrist? Who's the Antichrist?
It's the mirror of Christ. It's the false representation of the goodness. It's within every one of us.
You mean I think you mean the inverted version of Christ, not the mirror of Christ. Well, the mirror is that what you meant? Okay, I think I know what you're saying.
Inverted. Yeah, inverted. Sorry.
Inverted. He mirrors him, but he's an inverted version of him. Okay,
yes.
Right. I get you.
The imposter. That's who he is. The Antichrist is the agent of chaos that's here to prevent God's children from learning the truth. So there's an agent of chaos and an Antichrist within each of us. It could be identified as the selfish ego. The egotistic qualities of us is the Antichrist. There may be like a singular symbol that God emerges in the world, but it's the concept that matters. The Christic is what is pure, and the Christic is available within each of us. It's hidden behind our corruption, our selfishness, our lies, the devil inside. And I allege that God has been allowing the visible darkness. The Illuminati has taken over the governments and religions. It's a perfect game. The devil has been leading mankind astray. And it's all by voluntary servitude.
I saw that you commented on my recent video, and you said you had a lot to talk about that. What was your thoughts about that?
I can't remember the discussion. I think you were talking about economics.
Yeah, but no, it was about accelerationism. I just wanted to hear what you thought about that.
You were spot on. Much of what you heard.
Well, I mean, it wasn't.
Or what I heard.
That's not my perspective,
right?
Per se,
right.
That's just this one gentleman. His name's Nick Noland. And that's sort of his. He believes that that's his sort of philosophy on the matter, that a lot of the problems of society is the stagnation of society is not letting capitalism reign unfettered, and so instead we should hit the gas pedal and let AI and capitalism go crazy. And but unfortunately, accelerationism is an anti-capitalist position, but not according to Nick Land. It's to others, like I mean, this idea of accelerationism goes prior to like Nick Land. It goes to like other philosophers who said that the only way to destroy capitalism is let it destroy itself by letting it go full speed ahead. And I think personally, I think AI will bring that about if and when they allow that to happen. Obviously, that won't happen. They'll probably stagnate it, and we're going to live in this age of terrible psyops and stupidity for a long time. So, I at this point, it's something that's not going to stop. So I just want to just get with it already. Let's just go ahead and let's go ahead and speed it up because all this shit's fucking sucks. So let it go, let it destroy itself. It's the irony is that the only weapon against capitalism is itself, and we've been stifling it by the elite and the state, stifle it by reterritorial. Oh my goodness, I can't even speak. Reterritorialing. Oh my goodness. Torta. I got torta mouth.
It's a big word.
It is. It's got a lot of syllables.
Regarding territory, right?
Yeah, regarding territory. Yeah. They sort of like they control the flow, is what I mean. So I don't care. I want to live in an age of a different side. I want to live in a age where it's different. I want to live in the post-accelerationism age. I want to see what emerges out of this, because I'm so sick of just the same stagnant, same fucking things over and over again.
Please.
I want a dynamic shift in society. Something has to give. This is so fucking boring and stagnant, and I just want to set fire to it. It's so gay right now. It's so lame.
I'm hearing it. You're ready. Are you ready for different? Will you receive different than what you've learned? I
just wanted them to get along with the fucking program here, Jack. I'm just so tired of it. It's also just mind-numbingly slow, and nothing is happening.
Join me.
What do you mean join you? Drink the Kool-Aid? Is that what
you're saying? Yes. Let's make it happen. And what I'm talking about, let's be this change, because I suggest, regarding the theories of accelerationists, you allow the capitalism to self-destroy. It is on that path. Okay. Now, this is part of the human design. God allows the darkness and the selfishness, but the darkness and selfishness, if left on its own, will destroy itself. We don't need to allow the suffering to continue, because there's real life human suffering as a result of these beasts of greed and rule. So what if, and here's where the join me, what if we join together in this belief that God sent us to fix it?
I mean, I don't know about that, but I don't know.
And what if it'll be easy? Because I'm confident it will be. Just like Tommy was saying to me, he's accusing me of wanting other people to do what I want them to do. Yes, that's what we're going to do. We're going to convince the men and women in the United States Congress and in the White House that it's
No, but
time for them. Huh?
But didn't we just establish that it's all theatrics? How do we convince
Yes,
people that's in a medium of theatrics to listen to us and take us seriously? That doesn't make any sense. It seems like there's two different things go. You're holding two different positions here. Is it theatrics or can these people be reached?
it's both. It's
It's
theatrics.
both. How does that
It's
make any sense?
because they're pretending like they're out of touch, out of reach. They're pretending like they have power above us, the government officials, until we interrupt the theatrics. And when we interrupt the theatrics, we have a come to Jesus moment, right? We have an awakening to what is real. And what is real is these men and women pretending to be Democrats and Republicans and pretending to do the best job they can. They're continuing to fund the genocide and oppression, not just overseas, but here in America. We're heading towards a dystopian future. Should we not do something different? And that brings me to an inspiration I had earlier today regarding the topic becoming non-reactive with emotional discipline. If you consider Jesus and what he went through, the way it was portrayed in some of the movies and in the books, he was pretty overcoming of the pain. He was non-reactive to what the world brought to him. Now, I don't think we're not going to be tested in the same ways, but when we're tested with emotional or physical pain, we can keep ourselves grounded and of clear mind. Because the idea,
let me
please,
let me challenge this with something.
please.
Well, in this sort of situation that in the society we live in right now, especially socially now. I mean, we're on a panel right now. When we talk about, this is the title of your stream, being non-reactive with emotional discipline. That's pretty hard to do when this whole attention economy is based on reactivity and people being emotionally manipulated. So what example are you setting being a part of that sort of you want people to come to your channel and stuff like that, but what I think, would you be okay with a total blackout? Would you encourage people to just get away from algorithmic manipulation and emotional, like, rage bait traps? Would you be okay with that? But would you think that would be effective? No one's gonna do that. Everyone's connected to the internet. Their identity is tied to the phone and doing what, they're scrolling, they're doing their thing. There's nobody out here that's not on their phone doing that shit. Nobody's raw dogging life out here. Okay.
Right.
Everybody's got the condom on. They've got the cell phone condom on, and they're safe sex fucking the internet with their fingers. Okay. They're not raw dogging the world in silence. Okay. So that's what I'm trying to figure out. Like how exactly, I mean, being non-reactive with emotional discipline in this world is really difficult. So
It is. And yet God has given us everything we need to rise to the challenge. Should we accept the challenge and become the immovable force, right? Align with the truth of who we are, who we were created to be. We were created to become great. We were raised in a world. I know my parents and how I was raised by the people around them. They did their best, but we were raised to accept less. Now, we only accept less because we're taught to trust people. Well, we live in a world of lies. We are the cause of the effects of tomorrow. What we do today, every day, it builds upon yesterday and it creates opportunities for tomorrow. So I've had this theory: when the new kingdom comes, right, the fulfillment of prophecy with the return of Christ, we're going to overcome the borders and the economic disparities, and all of this nonsense is going to stop mattering. We're going to live together, humanity, all around the world, where the truth reigns supreme. And my thought is, should God fulfill that prophecy through us, we be that, the time where this happens, it's up to us. We're here to heal. We're here to interrupt the generational patterns of poverty, of addiction, of abuse. And we have everything we need through the development of communication. All of the answers that any of us might need are available. It's up to each of us to find them. And if we start working together, helping solve each other's problems, and life just comes together like that. What do you think?
I mean,
I said a lot. Sorry.
yeah, you said a lot, but anything specific is what you're doing your normal. And I love your normal Jack, gentle tirade. You're very ever so gentle tirade. I enjoy it. Yeah. But specifically, more contextually speaking, I wasn't. I mean, like, what do you think about social media and stuff like that? Are people are constantly being manipulated out there, and
perfectly.
I think there should be a great blackout from the internet.
Oh.
I think we're being brain rotted into a world of absolute nihilism. So I don't really. I'm trying to get your perspective on that. It seems like you're evading me, Jack. You can have an opinion. It's okay. I'm not gonna attack you for it.
Thank you for your patience with me, because I just realized,
I enjoy talking to you. So it's always a great time being here on your. There seems to be a lot of drama in your live chat right now.
Yeah. Probably.
There's some crazy stuff going on. These guys are crazy down there, Jack.
I know.
You've got some crazy people.
I know, dude.
Crazy, and I don't mean crazy like bad or like weirdos, but these people are very obviously very emotionally charged and very invested in being Jack Talcott mod and a live chatter. There's a guy who calls himself Aggressive Toaster, and he's talking about appliances. He's talking about all types of great stuff. I don't know if he knows about the toaster meme or not. I don't know if he's like.
I don't know.
Well, I don't want to talk about it on your stream. It's kind of vulgar. So, but whatever. Continue what you're saying. It has to do with having fornication with toasters. It's not.
Oh my goodness, dude!
But there's a larger point to it that I don't need to discuss. It's not even that big of a deal. Continue.
Okay, but dude, regardless. It makes sense why God created us, because humans are the most fascinating creatures. They will do the most stupid things.
Like
sex with a toaster, apparently.
Well, it's sort of like that's not like a real. So let me just explain the meme so that we just like get it out of here, because now that the toaster guy's here, so. There used to be a time, and I've talked about this on a stream, and there used to be a time where you would, there would be someone that this is a famous meme. This is not like my original material. This is something that's out there.
Okay.
So there was a time where a guy would be like, I want to screw a toaster. I want to stick my genitals into a toaster, and then society would be like, okay, this is retarded. You're fucked up. You should stop doing that. And they would be like, yeah. They'd be like, okay, yeah, you're right. I'm not going to do it. But nowadays, it's quite different. So you come out and you're like, yeah, I want to, I want to throat a toaster. You know what I'm saying? I just want to throat it with my meat. And there's a community out there for you that validates you and sort of like enables your weird fetish pathology about having sex with a toaster. And that's what I'm saying. This is sort of indicative of the day and age that we live in, of the digital age, that there's always a pocket or a niche or like a community that serves pathology out there. And that's why I'm always interested in. I think that blackouts
and the internet should be cut off to people with an IQ lower than 120. I think 120 is a good cutoff. I think they're irresponsible at that point. They're either liars, they're thieves, they're rapists.
Dang.
Under that, I think that's a pretty good bet. To deny internet access to people with an IQ under 120, I think that's being liberal at best. And I think that would solve a lot of problems. I think banning India, the entire country of India, from American internet access, like Americans don't get to interact with Indians, that would be great for us and everyone in general, because that's all they do. They're low IQ people that want to scam you and take your money from your grandma, your dying sick grandma with dementia and cancer. Like we don't have to live like this anymore, Jack. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry. I kind of went off on a tangent after the toaster meme, but continue what you're saying. I just wanted to get that out there. Go ahead, man.
What's funny is I was going to recognize I got on a soapbox and took us off. I didn't answer your question. And,
yeah, that's true. Yeah, I'm sorry, Jack.
Well,
I went off the rails there. I really apologize.
I know.
I really apologize to viewers. I'm really sorry for going off like that.
Oh, dude.
My apologies, everyone.
Hey.
You know how I get sometimes. I get a little really riled
up.
Passion. When we talk about men having sex with toasters, you never know what else is going to happen. You know.
I know. I do want to swing it back to your question about nature and online, but
yeah.
Regarding the last little bit, having banning people of a certain standard, see, this idea of authority, I'm not so much about top down and enforcement and regulation, because then you got to have people paying attention and checking the intelligence levels. And what the point you were getting at, it's the day and age we've got, there really is, you can find anything, anyone can find anything. That's kind of the way the universe is. But what I would suggest, yes, even to my viewers, I encourage you, look at yourself. And if you've got an unhealthy attachment, you keep tuning in when you should be doing other things, break away. Give yourself permission and break away. Go hang out at a lake or a creek or a mountain or somewhere near a tree or a bush.
You're asking a lot, Jack Talcott, because your streams are so addictive.
I know.
Your streams, they gravitate people to your advice, your life knowledge and stuff like that. Like, it's hard to. Oh, look, hey, we got a new guy. I'm gonna shut up now.
Frank is addicted. Welcome, Frank. How you doing, brother? Frank Monday.
Yeah, absolutely. It was like you guys were speaking directly to me as I was tuning in.
Hey, Frank, what's up, man? How are you, buddy?
Hey, what's happening? I can't look at the phone right now because I'm on the super highway headed to a rock concert.
Fuck yeah. Who are you going to go see, buddy?
I'm seeing all kinds of Chinese rockers, man. Cui Jian, I don't think you've ever heard of him.
Chinese rockers?
He lives
I'm in China, man.
Yeah, dude. That's amazing. We're going to
just pull
some live footage, man. If you could click onto the feed.
For some reason, it won't let me turn my camera on. I don't know what's up.
Hey, well, there he is. There he is. It's Frank Monday. But it's Thursday.
It's just black, right? Does it show me or is it black?
No, we see you, buddy. Yeah, you looking good, buddy. Got the LA Dodgers hat on. What's up?
Yeah.
There's my little girl. She's getting ready to rock out.
Amazing. That's going to be fun with you guys.
Time. This guy's in China?
I'm in China. You guys want to see the mountains?
Whoa. Yeah, can you full screen that, Jack? Can you full screen
that? Thank you for that. Yes.
Whoa.
Beautiful, man.
Make sure we make this transition, man. Oh, look at these guys. What are they doing? Pulling on the highway, doing 60. Get out of the
way. Nice. Dude. Frank the Tank, man. Doing the most over here in China. I love it. Love to see it.
That's right. Good to see you guys, man. I'm just calling in to touch base, Jack, man, showing some love. You know I love you, brother. You're doing the right thing.
Thank you.
Man,
I think
that's
we
so great.
are.
That's so great to see. Like real positive support out here, and not like rambunctious, weirdo people
Mhm.
like Tommy and Cop coming up here to like create dissonance and disgust and all types of unsavory moments. But yeah, that's so great.
It's part of my addiction is I get the Illumitamis and snafus and all the nonsense,
You're
but I
like
also
you're
get,
like a sick type of drug dealer. You know what I mean? You have like
dude,
yeah. You
there's,
get good clients, and then you have bad clients.
but the thing is, the people that have come through here, I've had such a cast. There's been so many all-stars, just even if they just pop through for a moment. Putting it all together, there could be an incredible collaboration, just little snippets of all the people. And I hope to do that sometime.
Yeah, you need like an editor of some sorts. You need somebody to
Mhm.
help you code. You've got a lot of you've been streaming every day for years. It seems like
Dude, tons
you
of content.
if you had like
Tons.
if you had maybe like that's what you need to do. You need to hire some people, Jack. I know you don't have a job right now, but maybe you need to hire
I
some
know.
people.
I
Pro
tried.
bono. You need to
I,
hire some pro bono people that are willing to work for you. Pro bono work over here.
I offered, because I'm willing to invest in my success, and for people willing to share their time and talents with me, I'm
Isn't this
certainly willing.
already the success though? The success is
No, dude,
no,
dude. As
no.
much as I'm restreamed and talked about, my numbers do not reflect it, right? I've got consistent and regular. Some wonderful folks are here pretty consistently. I think some of those are just haters, not just haters, but they're consistently haters. And others are consistently enjoying it. But the growth isn't in there.
Yeah, those are true facts, Jack. I've been watching you for about a year. You got one of the best shows, one of the most loved shows on the internet, and it doesn't seem like you've even gained very many in a whole year. So what's up
Snow,
with
hey
that?
Snow, you better relax, mommy. Snow, you better relax, mommy, out there. What you laughing at me for, mommy? Chill, chill. Why she laughing at me for? You better chill out, lady.
She attracts attention. Um,
She's an attractive lady. Attractive lady attracts attention.
mhm.
Is that tautology or something?
Well, and that's what you got to be aware of. Please,
Gotta
nothing
be
against
careful.
that
You gotta be careful with
particular.
these sirens in the chat. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, you got to watch out for the beautiful ones because the beautiful ones will deceive you very easily. It's seductive. Beauty is. That's what the devil does. I mean, that's what God did. God put the beauty in Lucifer, right? And
I don't know about putting the beauty in Lucifer, and I don't know about that. I don't know about that.
he
I didn't read that part. But
before the fallen, he was. My understanding is he was one of the most beautiful creations, and that's how he got into his head, was that he was so like God that he could step in and take over for God. And that's just silliness. I mean, that's like the antichrist within each of us, that prideful part or the fearful part. It takes over us.
I think the ladies are getting offended in the chat. You're calling them Lucifer. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. You're gonna have to qualify that. You're gonna have to qualify such commentary here, Jack. I don't know.
Lucifer, as known, is the light
I
bringer.
love the ladies. The ladies love me.
They, there was a day. There was a day the ladies loved me, and I think they still do.
Frank knows his mic is is muted. Does
Oh,
Mike?
I was just gonna,
Frank, can you hear us, Mike? Frank?
yeah. I was just gonna say that you're starting to sound a little bit like El Diablo Radio.
Mm-hmm. And
What's
here,
up, Bex? Bex is in the chat. What's up, Bex?
Bex is definitely right. Men are just as demonic with their beguiling ways.
That's definitely true. 100%.
It's a human trait, particularly those who are underdeveloped, those who lack emotional discipline. What they'll do is they'll try to manipulate and control others because that want to avoid their own weaknesses and insecurities. But
Yeah, the under 120 IQ people. Yeah, and
it's
you're
not
saying
just. Are
continue. I'm
you
sorry.
bringing up? Is that
No,
number
no, no, no,
because?
I don't mean to derail you. Continue what you're saying. I'm sorry.
No, now you got my curiosity. Is there a connection between that number and?
No, there really isn't. I just sort of arbitrarily just said that number. Just go ahead, continue.
Oh, okay. Because I think it might
No, I
be
do have a
just,
science behind it, but I don't want to derail what you're saying. Go ahead.
well, just so it's out there. I think that number is just slightly above what OTW was saying he received.
Ugh. OTW is he's definitely just banned on principle from the internet. Are you kidding me, Jack?
Well, that's actually why
this guy doesn't deserve the internet. He deserves to be in jail, and like OTW should have started in jail, and then he should have proved himself worthy to be in society to get out. You know what I mean? Like there's some people that should just start in jail. You know what I mean? Like
holy
just
cow.
save the rest of us. Yeah, children being birthed in the new world, in the new world order, they're birthed in prison. And they're raised in prison, and then like they have to like adapt to the world around them. And like they're released when it's like we know that they're not like psychotic, but it's like I don't know.
Wait, what you just said. In this world, the children are born in prison and they're raised in prison and they're taught that prison is called America.
Oh,
they have to work in order to survive.
Well, I mean, Jack, that's sort of just like action. Do you think like doing things like action is work? You know, what I mean, that's sort of a thing we have to do. I mean, I'm about as anti-capitalist as it gets, but like this idea of like you have to work, yeah, that's sort of like what God tells
Right.
us to do. You work to
Yes.
do to get things for your family and stuff like
Yes.
that. So let's not
Yeah.
make super hyperbolic, reductive statements like that and claim it's like some philosophical like
It's true though.
opium. You know what I mean? Like that's
Wait,
come on.
whoa. No, it's true. It's like in America, a rough description of history, by the signing of some papers. Apparently, they went to the black folks and said, "Hey, you're free. Now go pay your taxes and, pay your way just like everybody else. And you're equal now. As long as you pay your taxes and you obey the rules, you're free." Well, no. We're all enslaved by this banking monopoly, and people actually work harder than they have to. And
Let me ask
it's
you, Jack,
only
would you be in favor of abolishing the stock market?
Mhm.
Okay. Points.
Yeah.
You get points for that. You get points for that.
Here, I see the stock market. It's like it's the slave owners index, because the majority of these profitable corporations, they've got poor work relationships. They're exploiting their workers, so it's kind of a slave owner mentality. Their obligation is to the shareholders. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. There's a conflict of interest going on here. I
Yeah.
was talking to my brother about this. I was like, "Do you think the stock market should?" He's like, "Well, yeah. The reason why the stock market exists is like people put in money to say that I believe in this company is going to be well or do well and stuff." I'm like, so gambling, right? So that's basically like gambling. And then my brother talks about, it's not capitalism because the government's in cahoots with these people, and I'm like, what do you mean? This is like when you foster an environment like that and act like the cat that like or act shocked that the government is like in cahoots with these pharmaceutical companies during COVID making money, and it's like what do you mean? What are you talking? He's saying it's not capitalism's fault. It's the government. What do you mean? It's all so interlinked that people are looking to get money and be greedy and stuff like that. What incentivizes greed is a economic system that says I need to compete with any and everyone. Anything I do, I need to do to my advantage and to nobody else. And the shopping cart theory is the same way. The shopping cart theory is related to this idea of the capitalist conditioning on the common folks' mind. Is that it's in the most micro level, like the shopping cart theory, where the people just put shopping carts wherever they want because they know someone else is going to do it for them. They don't care. Jack, what's going on, buddy? Yeah, you got a lot of drama going on in your chat right now. And I would, hey, Bex has been spitting some fire in the chat. I'd like her to Jet Bex, why'd you come up here and what's going on here, man? Because she's just like she's going off on people. She's nuking folks. Mitch should be in jail. Who is that? Are you talking about the Paul enslaved Mitch?
And it's so true what you said too. Like it's only when you cease engaging in competition that you could truly be free.
No, baby. I'm not that retard Cage. Are you kidding me? No, I'm not that retard Cage. Are you kidding me? Lindsay, I can't believe you. I can't believe you, baby. I can't believe you, baby. I thought we were cool. I can't believe you thought I was Cage.
Well,
unreal.
I can actually. I didn't notice
anymore now.
I didn't notice the similarities. Sorry, I didn't notice the similarities.
Lindsay's not attracted to me from this day forth.
Okay.
Unreal.
Aren't you married?
Yeah. But doesn't mean she's not attracted. What? I mean, what does that mean?
So it doesn't matter. It's just
don't show me your gums, Jack Talcott. Relax. It's okay. You'll be all right.
But see, it's just an opinion, right? This is the thing. We think our opinions matter, and our opinions don't matter.
Oh, look at that. Look at those mountains, Jack.
I know, it's gorgeous. Mother Earth, man. Everywhere you go, Mother Earth is just fucking amazing.
Why does it have to be Mother Earth? Why can't it just be Earth?
Because I like giving a female gender to that which I really love. It makes me feel better, maybe.
Yo, Bex and Lindsay, why don't y'all get your asses up here? We need you up here. This is ridiculous.
Bex is fun conversation. I enjoy talking to her quite a bit.
Bex is cool. Bex can roll with the punches. That's
and she'll call out your bullshit very, very politely. She's got an incredible vocabulary, and she'll address you very diplomatically.
Yeah. Bex is cool. That's cool. What were we talking about? We got lost here. I'm sorry.
I'm sure it had to be ending wars and stuff. Oh, economics and working.
What was that? Jack's got these two holy roller meat sticks.
Yeah.
But they gooning hard like the rest of the clowns. What is what is this? Is this an Illuminati sock account, man?
I don't know.
This looks like an OTW sock account because OTW loves like the AI. Fucking slop. He's so spiritually Indian coded. You know what I mean? He shits on himself and bathes in the river in the creek next door. You know what I'm saying? Like awful individual.
It's truly fascinating. Burning Tongue showed up somewhere and very vocal against me. Quite a proud critic.
It's probably like he ate the wrong pussy. You know what I'm saying, Jack?
Oh, that reminds me of a story.
It reminds you of a story. You ate the wrong pussy?
Not me, a kid in basic training.
You're a sick bastard. You know, that's Jack Talcott.
We had a kid in basic training. He showed up and he had all these sores all across his tongue, and it was just gross. They're like ready to burst. Pussy and
oh, dude.
And that was his story. Was that
basic training? You said,
yeah, basic.
And they
training.
allowed him in. They should have.
I know, dude. He actually, I think that's what happened. He got sent to the medics, and he may not have continued. But I remember seeing his tongue there, and that was his story.
He would have given AIDS to the whole fucking unit. Because someone was gonna take advantage of him.
Man, I have met so many people and they share their stories with me. And it's like, holy shit, this world we live in.
It's sick, right? There's sick people out here.
Yes. And yes, there's sick people out here. And I chose to realize how blessed I am. I haven't had to deal with a lot of the things that other people have. And I've actually had it pretty easy. I didn't realize how easy I had it in my life until I traveled the world, saw people from different perspectives and different walks of life. And that's when I realized we can do better. Not just we can do better, it's time to do better. There's no excuse for some of the living conditions that some people are dealing with. None. But none from my perspective. And I guess I have the privilege of being where I am.
Okay.
So if we unite together just with what we think is real, and I think we all believe that there's corruption, there's problems in our government and in the economic systems. It's time for changes. And transparency is the path.
Maybe people should be like center their attention to blowing up data farms and all that type stuff. You know what I mean? Like, what do you think about that? What do you think about like destroying the internet? What do you think about destroying the internet, Jack Talcott?
I'm not so much in destruction of property.
What do you think about eco-terrorism?
Not
eco-terrorism, but digital terrorism.
I know it's real and it's possible, and it's in some aspects it's being enacted against us.
I'm against it. I don't really care. I don't really care for it. It's not going to do anything. These people are just going to build more things, and they're just going to accelerate this stuff. And I want it to accelerate. I want this stuff to move faster.
Wait, one of the ideas that I've heard of the accelerationists is they want the self-destruction because through beyond the self-destruction,
not self-destruction.
Well,
it's
the rise of the Antichrist.
No, sir. No, sir. The meat and potatoes of accelerationism is to drive capitalism to its own demise.
Right.
And that's something that me and you both want. It's not something about some bringing on about the Antichrist. It's about addressing the internal contradictions of capitalism. If we drive them to the absolute fucking limit, that there's going to be a point where it can be untenable. Capitalism will be untenable with the rise of AI and AGI, which is artificial general intelligence, which is menial general labor, just any sort of job. That sort of thing is going to come to a sort of collapse. It's going to come to some crossroads where they're going to have to do something about this because it's not going to make any sense. It's like a capitalist dream, right? To where your work expense is absolutely zero. When you reach the point where work expense is zero because you have robots working for you 24/7, what is that going to look like? That's what I want to see. And it's going to be a collapse, and I'm looking forward to it.
We can avoid the collapse. I mean, because it is collapsing. It's heading towards this point. But the problem is
stagnating. It's
all
slow. It's inefficiently slow. I hate it.
And this is why I'm suggesting we be the interruption. We be the pattern. We be the cause that interrupts the pattern. We interrupt this six-stage show being played out in the political stage. We tell them
no, but then you're part of the problem, Jack Talcott. You're part of the problem of like slowing this down.
No,
you're increasing suffering because you're allowing the stagnation, the same shit going on.
No, you're not understanding what I'm saying.
Well, explain to me what you're saying.
I'm discussing immediate reforms. Okay.
Reforms on what though, Jack?
Well, here, let's look at the problem for what it is. And it's good and bad. We've got the development of intelligence, mechanization. Workers are easily being replaced in more and more ways. Now, those workers are people, they have families, they're still required to
Okay.
pay for their food, their shelter, all of this
Right.
stuff. So, what does that give us for options? If the workforce is reduced, do we make everyone dependent upon a universal basic income, still allowing a profit and debt system? That makes no sense.
No, I don't get. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It needs to be just continued. They need to just be given full carte blanche. Continue.
No,
It needs to
please,
continue because
please. That
because
has
it's untenable.
failed. They've been given carte blanche, dude. And that
No,
has
they
failed.
haven't. It's been stopped by the
Oh my
state.
God.
It's been stopped by the
My-
state. It's been
Tell
stopped
you
by
what,
the rich elite. It's
okay.
all of this stuff gets stagnated by them because you know what they want to do? They want to drip feed you this idea of a
You're,
newer world.
and I'm not as worried about what we think they want. I'd really like to discuss what I'm wanting,
Okay.
right?
Okay, that's fine, Jack. Go for it.
Because what you're saying, I don't have any disagreement on the direction, but we don't have to continue accepting it. We can create this change. We've got everything we need. The answers are simple. No more secrets or lies. We're not going to put up with them anymore. And when there's disclosure from the governments, from the corporations, then there's no way to exploit the workers or the voters. We're we're on a path right now of either self-destruction or complete reform. Now, the path of the New World Order, the idea of this social credit score, part of the path that I think you're talking about, ancient ways, modern graves.
No, that's not what I'm talking about. Who said anything about a social credit score?
Well, that's included in the continuing unfettered capitalism because data brings the control, and through the control, there's going to be scores, and
No,
that's
no.
what it
We're
brings.
not talking about that. We're not talking
But
about
that's the course it's on.
no, that's not what we're talking about. You can't impose some sort of future like speculation on me. That's a weird form of like
It's
that's a weird form of fascist conversation here, where you're like
no,
you think this is what's going to
it's
happen.
it's
Like,
happening now.
relax, dude. Relax, dude. No,
It's
that's not what I agreed to. What are you
it's
talking about? You're talking about
okay.
oh, social credit system is going to happen. You agreed to it. That's not fair, Jack.
Okay.
Yeah, I know. I know
So
it
if
hurts.
you give
I know it hurts your head when people
no,
correct
I'm
you
just
on
I'm
something.
just seeing I'm
But
just seeing
I still love you, Jack. Like we're just having a great time. We're having a great time. Are we? Are, are you having a
Well,
great time, Jack?
yeah,
Jack,
you have
having
to
a great. Why are you
you
doing
have
this?
you have to admit that it's already apparent in some places, like where I live, we already have the social credit score, and
What's
it's
with the
tied in
fear
with your
mongering? It's simple.
digital
It's
ID. I'm just bringing it forward. You know, you don't have to argue it
such a
necessarily.
weird like fear mongering
might
It's
talk
I
point
happening
to
in the
bring up.
might
Oh,
I
it's happening in the it's
social
happening in
credit.
the UK as well.
I muted you because yes, Frank, thank you. It is happening where you're at. It's happening in other places. It's not fear porn, dude. It's reality. And and
Where
guys,
is this happening, Jack? I'm curious. Where is this happening? Where I live. Where is this
well,
happening?
tell you what, I know I never asked to get a credit score, yet I know that my credit score is going to affect my rates for insurance, my ability as a renter. All sorts of things are affected by my credit score that I never asked for. We've already got it, dude.
And I agree with you, Jack. I agree with you. That's wrong. That's not how you judge a person and his ability to live somewhere with dignity. I agree with.
Here,
So what are we like floundering about
there's
exactly?
a point I wanted to get to about a future possibility, right? Because the World Economic Forum, the Agenda 2030, all of these ideas have people wondering and all these different fears. Say in the future that we found a way using technology mechanization to truly provide the basic needs for every human being so that the basics were covered. No one was denied access to food, shelter, education, healthcare. It was made available. And then when the basics are all found or are all covered, then we have a credit social credit score to see who gains the greatest rewards, right? Who's actually contributing the most into the society, into the community, and allow them to get some sort of rewards from the community. I think that would be healthy.
Okay.
The point is, if we can change the mindset of the people, these governments and systems and technologies, we got nothing to fear. We just got to find ways for people to get along. And I swear that is the message of Jesus, right? We're to love one another, to get along with one another, to lead each other into the heavenly realms. And the heavenly realms are found when we unite with love, God's love.
Okay.
No?
No, I'm with you, man. It seems like if I ever have some sort of disagreement with you, it becomes some issue, and like your live chatters become very animated, and I'm this like complete asshole to you. I don't really get it, but it's okay. It's fine.
There's
I'm
truth.
trying to be different, and I come here with a different approach, and it's like I'm still met with the same animosity, and it's just
No,
it's just like kind of it's like well, whatever. What's the point?
it's
What's the
God's
point of
life. It's God's story for you. And you know
it's not
what?
God's story for me, Jack. I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to disagree
You're,
with you. It's not God's story for me, unfortunately.
it is.
This is just something God's going to chastise me for. This is
No.
idle behavior that God's going
No,
to chastise me for.
possibly.
God's going to be like, why were you even bothering being in this fucking place? Where
Ooh,
people are have no business, that they don't understand you, and
yeah,
they just mock you, and they don't
right.
care to know you. They don't want to know you,
I
and they
know.
just they worship their Lord and Jesus Jack Talcott.
Mhm. No,
Why be in a place where they worship their Lord and
but
their Savior Jack Talcott when you should be
they
just
don't.
going to do other things, like maybe buy a fake plant and apply it and place it in a very feng shui
That's
place
an
it in
idea.
your room. I could have done that instead of joining this live stream.
You could have hugged a tree. You
I
could
could
have.
have done so many other things
I
instead of
know.
clicking that streamer link
I
and
know.
trying to be human and trying to be vulnerable
Yeah.
with these people and
And
trying
you
to be
did.
honest. But it's not. It doesn't
But
satisfy your werewolf cannibalistic viewers, your
I know.
werewolf cannibalistic inhuman live
Hmm.
chat and weird people that have never ever had the courage to ever click a link or do a live stream of themselves where they like express themselves or share their like vulnerabilities or what they think about the world. They don't have any. They couldn't do it. They don't have that ability. So you have a live stream full of NPC coded boomers, boomer fucking born retards.
Dude, that's your veil. You're seeing
That's my
through.
veil. Yeah, no, that's my
Yes,
experience, Jack Talcott,
but
not my veil. That's my experience. That's what I'm telling
but
you. That's what
you're.
I'm witnessing in front of you. I'm trying to be nice.
Oh.
Even when I'm not, even when I'm nice and I placate, and look what
I
happens.
know. Yeah, they love you.
Look what happens. Look what happens.
Yep,
I
they
become
love you.
attacked, and I become
No,
I become attacked, and it's just like
no,
so like insane that it doesn't matter
no.
what kind of person joins this stream.
Take the
Even a person that
love.
even a person that even that person that like wants to change, that I've been on your streams before, and I've been like cantankerous, and like even here when I'm like being like trying to be like genuine and authentic, like sharing my information with you, you mock me, and your
No,
live chat mocks me. Like what kind of
no.
kind of like weird, like,
dude,
what kind of what is this that you're actually trying to do here? I'm actually trying to be like,
can I analyze you?
I don't want you to analyze me because it's annoying. Because it's annoying. It's going to be the same repetitive thing. And I like really try to,
Right.
Try to like, co-create with you here on whatever the
I
fuck
know.
this is.
I
And
know.
trying to be cool with you. And
I
it's just
know.
like, it ends up being another cult of personality thing where your people just
Not-
want to shit on me.
Not
and
entirely.
being honest and just speaking my mind, which they don't have the courage to do.
That's
But
only
that's
part of
fine. I
it.
get it. That's fine. I won't come back here, Talcott, enjoy your weird fucking group of maladjusted people that don't know how to like interact with people ever. They're all they're cowards. Like, yeah, like Lindsay Smith. Like, what is this? Like, it's just like gross. People don't
Holy
even give you the
cows.
chance.
I know.
Like I used to come on Jack's Talcott and yell at him and be absolutely ridiculous to him. And I come back and I'm trying to do something different with him and actually talk to him and engage with him. And you guys still shit on me. Is
It's
this
how it is.
Problem? Is this a me problem or
No.
is this a me problem?
Dude, this is what God is doing with me.
I just wanted to hang out with Jack because I felt like I fucked up his fucking stream.
Look away. Look away from the darkness, my friend.
I'm not looking away from the darkness. I'm just like, it's just weird and bizarre how people are just like,
there's love for you too.
You think it's funny, Jack? You think it's funny?
It is funny.
You don't take anything seriously, do you, Jack? You think it's all funny? Yeah, then why should I take you seriously at all, Jack? When I came on here and said hello to you, you straight up just started laughing like it's funny. I thought it was something out of like joy that you were happy to see me, but no, it was out of this weird, sinister, like mocking fucking tone.
Here, let me offer a wonderful change of energy. Welcome to the panel, Joe Cool. How are you?
Good day, guys.
Yeah, we didn't do nothing. Just smoke blunts on the stream.
Gosh, your bitterness is coming out. Welcome, Joe. How you doing?
I'm not bitter. I'm just identifying what's happening in front of me. That's not bitterness. I'm trying. I came up here with a new approach, and then the next thing you know, I'm being fucking shitted on regardless. It doesn't even matter what I do with you people.
I'm smoking a blunt just to make dude right.
Beyond my
smoke some weed.
Dude, hold on. Now you found some evidence that reflects your opinion. There's people who there's no pleasing them, but then you did what I do, man. You kind of ignored some of the love and positivity from the chat too. That's a mistake I'm trying to break. Don't overlook the goodness, man. You're in the right place and you showed up with the right energy. And I meant you no disrespect for laughing because I love having you around.
I think Lindsay would agree with you. She said something like, take the good and throw the rest away. And Chad, she's saying what you're saying.
Yeah, that was it.
I just wanted to feel dude's energy. He seemed mad and shit. I'm a goofy. I just wanted to pop up here and hear it myself. I'm stupid.
No, Joe, you're great at leaning into that. You see someone who's feeling a fit, and you're going to lean in and ask them why.
Yeah, and it's going to be a little entertaining. It's not the end of the world and all that shit.
No. There is something, sincerely, there's something going on with all of us. And I've been through many things. And so it doesn't surprise me that people work through different things with me.
Right on.
They get confused and feelings come up. And here's
good adult of you, Jack. Very good.
Well, I had to warn a friend, someone I care about, someone I met pretty recently and I care about as a friend. I had to warn him, look, I know who I am. I'll do my best, but I do what I'm going to do. And it may not always make sense on the outside. And because of that, people get disappointed with me.
I think it's that thing, Jack, which is going to be part of your mantra. unconditional love, not just love, unconditional love to accept you and the rest of us. You're not special. We all got our shortcomings. If I love you, I know Jack's gonna get mad and yell at me. I've accepted that I am not gonna burn the world. I'll be back tomorrow, and and that goes with everybody else. Everybody get their ass shown. I get chewed out by fucking Cynthia every fucking Thursday. All the people I love, I'm sure Lynn's done jumped on me a time or two, motherfucker. Don't change nothing. I still love you, motherfuckers. How many times you done kicked me off of panels? Love you to death, man. Can't nobody tell me shit about you, man. You're a great dude.
Thank you. Something I think we've learned how to reset, right? But the topic today, it is a goal for myself. And I figured, why not? Right? Let's discuss it openly. Becoming more non-reactive, growing in your emotional discipline.
What was the part of the topic? What was the topic? Because you said a few things there. I'm not sure. Growing in your emotional discipline, learning something for myself. Which one?
Man,
all of it.
This man
two go together.
Can you explain everything to me, please?
Stop. No.
It's part of communication. I'm fine. Don't worry about me, Jack. I'm good.
The two go together. Becoming non-reactive, right? And I watched a video earlier about that and how that ties with emotional discipline.
Very good.
And Joe, you've found some things for you. You got any tips or tricks what you might do to notice yourself getting angry, or what you might do to avoid?
I think it's what you. I think you just outed me. Non-reactive, no control and shit. I think you just outed me. But I think what it is for me is I just walked into it so many times. Right, I've been through it so many times. I became numb to it. But I fought so many battles and argued and yelled at so many people and all of those things that you can't do it every day. And you realize it wasn't the end of the world because that happened and all of that. And like everything else, the more you practice it, the better you become. The more you hold your temper, it becomes easier the next time. The more you tell a motherfucker how great they are, or whatever it is, though, you pick up good habits and let go of bad habits. It becomes easier all the time. Even though I still have a temper too.
It must be easy when you smoke weed all the time. Yeah,
it helps, yo. Indica, I suggest sour lemons or something. Yeah,
you're just like constantly smoking weed, and yeah, that makes sense. Yeah,
sure. Can you understand how it can help? Because I've found it helpful.
My friends literally be like, if I'm like bitchy or something, everybody who loves me and knows me, like, Joe, did you smoke today? Go smoke some weed. And I'll, because it will.
And then you gotta go smoke that weed to be normal. You know what I'm saying? You gotta smoke that weed. You gotta smoke that weed. Be normal.
What do you know about normal?
It's a good question.
Right.
Right,
you could probably benefit, man.
You don't know what normal is, because all you do is smoke weed, and that's your bar. That's your bar of reality. Your bar of reality is I need to smoke weed.
You're assuming you could ask me because weed's a bit of a tool. Like this is late for me. I don't even know what time it is. This is the first weed. This is the blunt I put out yesterday. This is the first time I smoked.
Smoking weed.
I'm sorry, I wasn't done. Because I had business today. I had things to do, so I didn't get high. This is my break. I'm taking the break, so I'm smoking. So that's the reality. I know you like it to be something different, but that's what it is.
And here, sincerely, you got to accept ownership on what you say. What you're saying is what you want to say. So that means you want to believe that.
So
everything's negative.
When was the last day you didn't smoke weed, Joe? Cool. What was
the whole
24? What was the last day you didn't smoke weed?
Yeah, what's it matter? I'll answer.
I'm just curious. What was the last day?
Why?
You didn't smoke weed?
Why are you curious if not for your fixation?
Yes.
Of trying to.
You need me to smoke weed and be a weed head because it'll make you feel better some way, like you have something over
about
me.
your habits.
You're not just curious, nigga. You're curious about fucking, chicks and shit. You're not curious about my habits. I don't even know you.
Between you and weed.
Here, tell you what. You're not taking a hint. Okay. It's not appropriate.
I'm really just asking a simple question.
I
When was
know.
the last time you didn't smoke?
And you're not taking a hint. Yes, you're asking a simple question. Please take a hint. It's time to stop that line of questioning. What are you doing?
What's
What
up?
is this?
I come
for?
up to feel better trying to catch up. No, he smokes so much more fucking weed than I have. I'm trying to catch up and feel good.
It's
That
trying to feel
motherfucker's good.
normal.
That motherfucker's good.
That's right. We don't like yelling at people anymore. We smoke weed to be nice, motherfucker. What are you mad
You
at?
have to have the weed, don't you? Gotta have the weed.
It's either
Gotta
that
have
or
the
be
weed.
bitter
Gotta
and
have
yell
the
at
weed.
people.
Or you're not what normal? What's
Actually,
going on
this
here?
isn't true, but I was just gonna troll
You
you a little
gotta
bit.
have the weed to be normal.
You said
No,
that 4
you can't.
times. Why do you keep
Yeah, he
repeating
doesn't
yourself?
need to keep repeating.
I'm okay with it, Jack. You know, this
I
is just like sport. It's up to
I
you. Don't feel like you're protecting me. I can fuck with niggas
no,
like this all day.
no, it's not you. I'm trying to gain some sort of respect back to this
I love
moment,
it. All right.
right?
Why
And
are
what
we
we're doing here.
backstage me? Because I'm asking him a non-aggressive question.
Because you're talking over me repeatedly.
Yes, you're interrupting, you're repeating the question over and over and over, despite trying to interrupt you. So
I'm looking for an answer. That's all. When was the last time you
right,
didn't smoke any
right.
weed?
Why is it that you insist on taking over our time together for this interrogation and prosecution? What gives you the jurisdiction? Please explain yourself. Why do you think you have the jurisdiction here and now to interrogate and prosecute another man who's sharing time here?
You don't need to be so hyperbolic. Interrogation, prosecute these weird.
I'm
legal
returning
terms.
your ignorance.
That's
I'm,
what it sounds like.
I'm trying
no,
to
no. It's just
explain
basic question.
properly.
You're turning basic questions into this grandiose, like,
Look
You're
at your
dodging.
you're
behavior.
putting him on the stand.
Well, yeah,
You're
you made a
dodging
blank.
him.
You made a blank.
What
You made a
right do
blank.
you? Sorry. What right do you have to not do it as the host asked? When he said it, you know, more flowery jurisdiction, so and so. What right do you have to ignore what the host wants at his show? That's what he's asking you.
Pretty much.
Fine, Jack. If I can't ask any of your guests questions, I guess that's what it
That's
is.
the dodge, deflection.
That's
My ex-girlfriend
right.
do that shit just as badly.
I can't ask anybody else on the questions.
Oh my God! Listen to the victim coming out.
Yeah.
Can I speak to the man? Can I speak to the man? I mean, hey,
That's funny.
chill out, dude. See, you've got a chip on your shoulder, and I don't know what it is. I don't want to
I do have a chip on
assume.
my shoulder, Jack. I'm literally just
I don't-
asking simple questions. That's all. Why is
Right.
that a chip on my shoulder?
Because of your attitude. It's been explained, right? Joe explained to you. I'm trying to understand, what is your deal here, dude? Why?
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 There's no deal. It's literally just a simple question.
Right. So please explain yourself instead of repeating yourself. You're not thinking. Okay? You're doing this reaction. You're not thinking about what you're doing.
Inquisitive. That's what I'm doing. There's a difference.
How about
I'm
think
being inquisitive
outside?
about the person.
How about think outside of your narrative? Okay. I know you've got a mind and you've got an
What's my narrative?
imagination.
I have a narrative now because I asked the
Yes.
guy a simple question.
It ain't
Yeah.
just because you asked a question here. If you don't,
Please,
it's okay.
Joe, please.
Yeah. This is just my opinion, my guess. I said I don't know you, but people who go down that line, they need to find a negative, something wrong with the person around them as quick as they can. That is the best way that they have of making themselves feel better or superior. Looks like you're doing that out of habit. I'm guessing you do that with a lot of people. You were doing that when you came in. You were explaining to Jack his shortcomings and how everybody is fucked up. Some people must find shortcomings in other people because they don't have the good deeds and the good shit in them to actually make them feel good. So they feel good by comparison, putting other people down.
My issue is the
Wait.
what's revealing is your inability to answer the question, which says a lot more about
Yeah.
you.
I
than
answered
No,
like
question
6
the
in a
first
row,
place.
right? It was
Yes. Sorry, Joe. I'm sorry to do that to you. Dude, what you're doing?
Jack, I'm not doing anything except asking questions.
No,
That's all I'm
please.
doing.
Right.
Why is
You keep
this such an issue?
you hold on. You keep repeating that. The question is not, we're beyond the question now, dude. So catch up. Okay. Now we're in the process of discussing your behavior. Your behavior behind the question and since the question. So please break the loop. You're better than this.
My behavior behind the question, what does that mean?
How about you just be present here? Okay. I'm trying to get past this
I'm
argument.
very present, and I'm asking questions is present.
No, what you're doing is you're using your questions to control the narrative. Okay. And I'm trying to get you to chill out. You're not
Okay. I'm sorry if that's what that came off as. No, I'm
what,
inquisitive about people and what they do.
please,
That's
please,
all that
for the,
was.
if you cannot censor yourself and stop repeating this, we're wasting our time. Because every time I start moving us perspective forward, you bring us back into this loop again. It's a sign of an addictive mind. It's just what Joe was saying, and I don't remember exactly how he was identifying it, but he was trying to talk to you like a man. He was offering you some genuine feedback on how you're coming through. And if
But
you
but,
learn
but Jack,
from that,
it sort of falls short when the man refuses to answer my
oh
question.
my God, no,
this.
what you're doing is projecting your denial. Your excuse is preventing you. Sorry, Joe, you were
My
going
No, 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 no.
my denial of what, Jack?
If I can,
please.
we can just look at what happened. When I walked in, you immediately called me a weed head that smokes too much. The attack has not stopped. Your questions, even if they were super sincere now would be perceived as thusly. And add that on with Jack trying to move the topic, and you must know about my weed habits. I think Jack's
Yeah,
correct in his
I
assessment.
mean, you came in
something going on.
you came in with a mocking tone. So yeah, I asked
Oh
about your
my
weed habits.
God,
So
dude.
yeah, and your inability to answer that just shows your
Here,
insecurity about your
no,
lifestyle.
no, what you're showing, you're playing victim. See, the victim finds
I'm not
excuses.
playing victim.
The victim finds excuses to change the narrative and make excuses for why they're rude. And that's exactly what you're doing, Ancient Waves. Dude, you've been around here long enough. It's not like I don't know you and your drama and your drinking and your other patterns. You're better than this, dude.
It's sharp today, Jack. Fucking patient dude was up here, with all of that negativity. You were laughing, you held your shit up well, and right now you're seeing well. I feel like you grew up while I was gone or something.
Joe, that's my hope. I have been working on growing myself. And the topic today, it's not just for the viewers. Again, it's for me.
Okay, good.
My goal is to become more non-reactive
Yeah.
because reacting with these arguments, getting defensive, feeling like a victim, causing a reason to be the prosecutor and condemning, we are the ones who can break these patterns.
The only
And
ones. If it's mine, I have to break it. If it's mine, no one else. I don't care how much they love me and how hard they try until I'm ready. I'm still the guy that's going to break the pattern. I'm in agreement.
well, yes, and we're the ones who are going to break the patterns for ourselves and the greater world. And the people who are caught up in the fights, when people are in a fight, in the argument, it's hard to remember to back off. It's hard to remember to
the
look
ego
at the
comes into play. I agree again. Yes.
Well, this is where I'm feeling the pull as an outside voice, as a true American citizen, right? There's record of my service and my oaths. I want to be an outside voice to the men and women of Congress. They need to stop the fighting. This left versus right bullshit
Yes.
is
It's deadly. You can never win. I think it's a stalemate. It's a great game to play. It's been very successful. I think the people who want you playing it know how successful it is. Like white versus black. If you're familiar with the Willie Lynch letters, they were like, you guys beating the slaves, this is dumb shit. You got to do mental shit. You pit the old against the young, the dark against the light. He had mental shit to do. And that's how they will enslave themselves. Left versus right. It seems like a losing battle. It's the same as us versus them, period. Right? I don't give a fuck if a motherfucker. I got to be careful myself. Us against the cops. I got to be careful. Can't say that. U.S. against the immigrant, or whatever it is. I got to be careful. Right.
This is something I've been working on myself, Joe, because growing up I was in the divide, but I've picked the wrong side many times. Right?
Yeah.
My story is what it is.
The side is truth always. It's the side you pick. It's always true. No matter what the source is, whether it's fucking Paul, Flo, or fucking Scent, all people I admire. I was gonna say love, but I will give them that. I admire these people. It doesn't matter when they hit on truth. I am thankful as fuck.
Well, we cross paths for a reason. In my past, I used to have the hat of, well, I thought I was racist. Then I thought I was a Republican.
Say no signs of the racist shit from you, by the way. And I'm the most, observant fucking on YouTube about it. I've seen no signs of that for you, bro. Not even a tinge.
Thank you. I learned my lessons, man. I've learned that, man, race is this racial divide. It's a man-made construct just to keep the working class divided.
Just like left, right. They're brilliant for why do they cloud people emotion? That you're onto it with that. You got to be non-emotional, non-reactive. The only way that works if you get emotional about a thing, right? For instance, I don't know. I don't have to go into for instance. I think you understand. That will keep people cloudy. And I know when people talk about left versus right, I see the emotion. White, black, immigrant. It's us versus them, Joe. That's the emotion. The argument is befuddled. I got to pay more attention to that.
Okay, thanks for having me back, Jack. The guy, I don't even know who he is, but I have my own ideas. But he comes up, and as soon as Joe hit the panel, you can go back and watch this. As soon as Joe hit the panel, he started crying about Joe smoking weed. So it wasn't Joe coming up with this haughty attitude or anything. He was already in his feelers, crying like a bitch. And that's the problem. And you see he continued crying on like a bitch, even though you tried to get him off, even though Joe answered his questions, he continued on. And those are the kind of people that you really don't want around, Jack.
I wouldn't tell you what to do, just keep your eyes open. But I remember now that he said that you did. He was like, here's a guy that's got some good energy I can bring up. And he was like, oh, you brought up a weed head that smokes. That's what I remember now that he said it. Yeah. That's neither here nor there.
There was preconceived notions.
He was already in a bit of a mood too. You was trying to talk him down. He was, you was trying to talk him down. He seemed angry.
He's a good dude, but I recognize myself. He's got patterns of anger. I've seen.
You saw a lot there. You saw a lot. I think again. You're not emotional. Maybe it helps you see clearer. It's logical. Every old fucker in my life has told me that, but I think I'm seeing it happen right now. You're giggling and shit, and your clarity is great. The emotional. Yes.
It makes a difference.
Yes. And my man's emotional. He's probably just not seeing well right now. I'm sure he's a good kid, good brother, sister, whatever he is.
Part of it I know is who I am and the way I speak. I challenge a lot of people's beliefs, particularly when it comes to religion, politics, economics. I know I push boundaries. I I push.
Yes, that alone can, because I'm a pusher. You know that I push
Yep.
your boundaries.
You know it.
That alone can get you in trouble. Just pushing, being that guy who challenges. But that's big brother shit. That's I love you shit. A person who lets a man remain comfortable or incorrect, even worse, you don't love that guy, man.
Right.
You want to sharpen them. That's why, I like motherfuckers like, I don't know who, everybody. There's so many on here. I like three popped in my head immediately. Iron sharpen iron. People who give that opposing opinion aren't afraid to give it. Like I'll say, radical coder. He believes that left bullshit, that left democracy, Kamala Harris. This just sounds crazy as fuck, but I need to hear that shit. I want that guy, push me and tell me why. You tell me why it's better that I vote Democrat. Push me and have an intelligent argument. He'll have a fact, this and that, and 72, so and so. I need that shit, So I know my argument is real and solid. Dennison is really fucking great at making you show some fucking honesty. He lives by it, breathes it. And it's a combination, right? You need a guy who's a bit of boldness as well. So I'm about to put that attribute on you. In order for you to be making this change and doing and pushing people, that required boldness and courage.
It's happening. We're growing it together, man. Hey, I'm going to start wrapping up, my friend.
All right, do your thing. I'll let you say goodbye to your panel. It was great seeing you. That was all the weed I had. It was a little bit anyway. I enjoyed myself. I'm glad I popped up here. Love, Jack, and God's blessings, man.
Hey, much love. Appreciate always Joe Cool and Ancient Waves, something Graves. Was it Modern Waves, Ancient Graves? I might have it backwards. Formerly known as Toilet Bowl Earth. Friend. And all people who join, sincerely, I hope to be known as a friend to many. People don't always like the friends I choose, the friends I allow, but you know what? I feel I'm walking in the way of Jesus, following in that way, the way of love, the way of authenticity, the way of honesty. I sleep well at night. I'm not trying to deceive anyone. I'm not trying to manipulate, exploit, or extort from anyone. I am trying to create a better world. And the better world I can create is only going to be through those I influence, those I can experience. So if you happen to be one of those who experiences me in whatever capacity, I do hope there's a positive influence, there's a positive impression, because my hope is to, if I'm going to be moved with emotion, I want to be moved with love, laughter, joy. I don't always laugh at the right times. Sometimes I laugh at the inappropriate times and I feel foolish. However, I'd much rather feel foolish laughing than spend time crying, especially if I don't need to. Today's words: notice what you've been ignoring, right? Get control of your balance, regain your balance, your harmony, your inner peace. It's for you to discover. We're here to learn from others, learn from the world, learn from the day. Each moment is an opportunity to learn. When we listen, when we humble ourselves and be open and receptive to learning, we can learn. And if you learn something new today, you can feel good, even if it's something small. If you do something good today, you can feel good, even if it's something small. These small things of goodness make a difference in the world, and those small things of goodness add up. You can start to really feel good about yourself. You start stacking up the good things you do for you and for others. I'm going to wrap it up here. Sincerely, from me to you, thank you again. Till next time, choose love, peace for everyone, live without fear. God bless.